Our friends invited us to this incredible Airbnb with a lazy river in the backyard, along with pickleball, basketball, its own arcade, mini golf, and a ton more. I want to give you a full review and tour of the place. I'll also tell you exactly how much we paid. Stick around, we'll show you around. Brand new here, just want to say welcome. We're super glad that you found our channel. We're a normal family. I host a podcast for dads. Layla is an oncology nurse and we homeschool our kids, and we're just trying to use the world as a classroom, and we go on vacations as much as we can. Obviously, as a family of 6, it can get really expensive, so we're always looking for ways to use points or find good deals. If any of that sounds interesting to you, we'd love to have you tag along. We'd also love to get to know your family. Leave a comment below, tell us where you're watching from, and again, thanks for watching.
Welcome to our luxury Airbnb in Glendale, Arizona. Let's show you around. This room boasts of high ceilings. Just kidding. This is the living room, which is super cozy, seats a lot if you got a lot of friends, watch a game, whatever. And a great view of the enormous backyard. Cutesy little breakfast nook, seats 4 here, into the kitchen. Again, with giant windows looking at the amazing backyard. This is my favorite table I think I've ever seen. Love how, I don't even know how many it would fit, probably at least 20. And we've got kids all over the place in each bedroom, so excuse the mess, but here's one of the guest rooms. Super cozy, all the beds are big and really comfortable. Here's yet another bedroom, has, what is this, at least a king, I think? Huge ceiling, so it really makes the room feel big. Again, with the really cute painted walls and art. And that brings us to the master suite. Love this room, love all the angles and all the details. You have your own sliding glass door out to the backyard with your own little, whatever that's called. A huge bathroom and a huge walk-in closet, shower, bathtub, toilet, linen closet. Very spacious, way more than we need. Love it. We'll just flow as the house does. So you have your own laundry facilities, which is super nice. We've already had to wash like 1 or 2 loads of towels, and we just got here yesterday. Game room, the boys claimed this immediately. It's got 4 bunks for the kids, and they're not twin. They're like at least full size, I think. So you can fit a lot of kids in here. Foosball, pool table, some arcade games. They have their own exit or entry from the outside and their own bathroom. So you can also close that off if everyone else in the house wants to go to bed, which we had to do last night. Another full bathroom with a shower and tub. Over here, the little girls took this room. They're both, I don't know how old they are, but anyway, the little girls took this room, really cute. It's got some pink accent wall, and again, with all the cacti. Love. I think each bedroom also has its own TV, so that's helpful. Little library, take a book, leave a book. One of the unique features of this house is what they call the Casita, the little guest house off of the main, which we put the 2 tween girls in. Totally separate from the house, but just a walk across to get in. We'll go this way. It has 2 entrances. Again, with the queen bed, super cute, painted wall accents, their own bathroom. Let's see how they've, nope, this is the garage, which is totally empty. I like how the garage doors are glass, actually. Oh, here's their own bathroom. Just a minute, baby. Their own bathroom and shower. Couch, again, with the TV. The girls fell asleep here watching movies last night, and then the exit to the incredible backyard. Okay, and this leads us to where we have spent 99% of our vacation so far, which is the giant backyard. It's got several seating options where you can read a book, watch kids in the pool. It's got a hot tub, and the highlight for all the kids is the lazy river. It has its own little playground, hammocks, basketball court, cornhole, something for everybody out here. Each day is at least 105 to 110 degrees. And the lowest point while we're here, I think, will be 85 to 87 degrees. So we have not had much use of the fire pit, but we did light it up last night. And even in the 85-degree nights, it was super nice to sit out here around the fire and just talk and catch up. Loved it.
All right, so one kind of funny way we've saved money on this trip is by renting this 15-passenger van. There's 11 of us between the two families, and so we figured instead of getting 2 cars to fit all of us, we'll just chip in and split this big van. And it has been one of the highlights of the trip. It's so fun. I feel like we're like a big youth group or basketball team or something. But anyway, if you're looking to save money, this is a creative idea. All right, I want to go over costs because I know so many of you are thinking about how much does a place like this cost to rent. And then I want to tell you if it is worth it. So for us, the price was $5,835, which sounds like a lot, but we actually divided that by 2, which I guess is still a lot. But when you think about going to a resort or an all-inclusive resort or maybe a theme park, you're coming pretty close to what you get for your own private resort in your backyard. And again, we divided that by 2 families. The place sleeps 20 and there are 11 of us. So in theory, you could actually fit another family in here pretty easily. And then you would divide the cost by 3, which would save you even more money. We're also here in the middle of July. I don't know if prices are up because of that or if they're down. You would have to do your own research on Airbnb to find that out. We also saved a little bit of money by renting a 15-passenger van instead of renting 2 big vehicles, as I talked about earlier. And so those were the 2 major costs that we had on this trip. I guess the final question then is it worth it to come to a place like this, having our own private water park and arcade and mini golf and all that here? Or should we have just stayed at a hotel? I think by far it was definitely worth it. Like, I would for sure do this again. Every time we left the place, like we would go do some kind of activity out around town. We always, during the activity, were like, this was awesome, but we can't wait to get back to our house and do our own private little water park. And it's just, whenever you're dealing with crowds, with kids, it's just stressful. Like, you know how it is as a parent. It can be really, really stressful to get out of the house. And so to be able to entertain the kids and have your own place to sleep, your own activities here at the house without ever having to leave was massively worth it, in my opinion, and totally worth the money, in my opinion. I will say, though, I think all of us came to the consensus that maybe a week felt a little bit too long. I think if we did this for probably 5 days, it would be awesome. I don't know though, like even a week was still, I would come back here and do it all over again. You know what, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the thing that I would say is just trying to entertain the kids just here by itself for a week would be hard. If you were going to stay here that long, you probably have to look for some other stuff to do, which is why we did the excursions like the ATV tours, which was absolutely incredible. One of the highlights of my life, to be honest. That was like one of the most fun things I've ever done. And then we went to that water park just to change scenery and have some water slides and things like that. So all in all, absolutely worth it, especially if you're splitting the cost with a family or maybe even 2 families. I promise you, your kids are going to love it. We constantly were looking forward to coming back here and getting into the lazy river. This was by far, out of all the things, the basketball court, the pickleball court, the arcade, all that stuff, we spent most time in this lazy river, the adults, the kids. It was just really, really fun. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, like and subscribe. Stay along for the journey as we go on all kinds of trips to try to use the world as our classroom. Appreciate you guys. See you.